Environmental experts are calling on Nigeria's government to invest in recycling of plastic waste to reduce its effect on the environment. Nigeria's plastic waste has gone past 1 million tons, and experts are blaming that on a growing population and the lack of proper laws and the enforcement on the use of plastic. CGTN's Ajek Mangut has this report.
Tons of bottle caps go into this machine at this recycling company in Abuja and come out as flakes or pellets used in making furniture, buckets and bowls. The privately owned Chenjadeti recycling company has been processing waste for nearly a decade.
We currently collect over 250 tons of plastic waste. So that's our collection rate at this time, and that's what we process into semi-raw materials. The recycling industry is capital intensive, right? To achieve it from the collection to the processing to the final production, it's capital intensive.
The United Nations says plastic waste in Nigeria has reached 1.2 million tons, with its growing population increasingly consuming products from plastic bottles and containers. The World Population Review says Nigeria ranks 7th in the world for the amount of plastic waste generated. Nigeria's government says 80% of plastic waste goes to dump sites, while just 10% gets recycled by companies like this. But the remaining 10% gets incinerated. Environmentalists say this poses a huge threat to Nigerians as well as the environment, as most of the plastic waste ends up in the ocean, killing marine species.
Fishes, aquatic animals swallow plastics and they die, and it affects the aquatic terrain. For humans too, plastic waste, because of the non-biodegradable nature of them, they block our gutters. You find out that roads that are being constructed are bad because there is no proper drainage system. So the effect is overwhelming in the environment, really.
Recycling in Nigeria is done by private recycling companies. Experts say the government needs to implement policies that will help in reducing plastic waste and also attract investments to encourage more recycling.
The government needs to be actively involved in climate change advocacy, right, and plastic usages. It's no longer an individual thing. It shouldn't be an individual thing because it affects everyone.
Nigeria's Ministry of Environment says it's working with key players in the plastic industry, locally and internationally. It plans to develop guidelines that will see plastic waste repurposed to create wealth and jobs for Nigerians. Until then, it's up to private companies to roll out recycling across the country. Ajek Mangut, CGTN, Abuja.